It's very worrisome that the security situation in the southeast is deteriorating at an alarming rate. It has forced the General Superintendent of Deeper Life Bible Church, Pastor William Kumuyi, to cancel his planned crusade in Abia State. The crusade was scheduled to hold in Abia from the 24th to the 29th of May, but the proscribed Indigenous People of Biafra told the 80-year-old pastor not to go ahead with it. Before that, IPOB had asked security agencies to flush out criminals enforcing sit-at-home in the region. In a statement, the Media and Publicity Secretary of IPOB, Emma Powerful, said such criminals are not IPOB members nor Eastern Security Network operatives, as IPOB volunteers don't enforce non-existent Monday sit-at-home. Meanwhile, the federal government, through the Minister of Police Affairs, Meigari Dingyadi, has branded unknown gunmen operating in the region as terrorists. BKO, I would like to start with you again on this. Do you consider the suspension of the crusade as a smart move?
Well, I think it makes sense to not go ahead with it. Yes, in the East, Christianity is the dominant religion. The people had been involved in big crusades over the years. But in a situation in which security is almost collapsing, if it has not even totally collapsed in that part of the country, if Pastor Kumuyi went ahead with it and some people got killed, of course he's going to be blamed for such fatalities. So I think it made sense where you cannot guarantee the security of people who will be taking part in the crusade. It makes sense to shelve the idea of having that crusade. I'm really worried about the security situation in the southeast. The armed forces need to double up their efforts because it is their responsibility to protect our people. The region, especially those two states, Anambra and Imo, are slipping into anarchy, a situation in which people get kidnapped and get beheaded and their heads paraded in public places is just unprecedented. So I think it makes sense to take the decision that Pastor Kumuyi has taken. In future, when security improves, he can return to the area and carry out his crusade. Remember, even when the governor was warned that they will be attacking local government headquarters, Governor Soludo decided to shut down local government headquarters because if people got killed for coming to work, of course the governor will be blamed. So this is the situation that we found ourselves. The IPOB agitation has been totally hijacked by cultists and other criminals. Now you can see that the center cannot hold. The center cannot hold anymore. A lawmaker representing the governor's constituency was kidnapped along with his aide. And after almost 2 weeks, it turned out that they had killed the lawmaker, and his head was put in a carton and dumped in a public place. His up to now has not been located. I mean, this is just terrible. It's unbelievable that the southeast or some parts of the southeast could slip into this avoidable anarchy. And
yeah, absolutely, BKO.
I think that greater efforts need to be made to secure the area on the part of the leaders of the region, on the part of traditional rulers, and even the governors. Something drastic has to be done to arrest this drift to anarchy.
Right, let me bring you to the studio. Dr. Oladipo, well, IPOB said they claim that they are giving security intelligence to the church because they know much about the security situation in the state than any other person. It does appear that IPOB is now becoming an intelligence agency.
Well, in that regard, you are right. And in the past, really, IPOB has been quite clear on some occasions when attacks were carried out that we warned ahead that this was going to happen. The challenge we're having with IPOB is that some people are carrying out attacks in their name. So it's like, to some of us, IPOB is giving a warning that I'm going to attack. That is the way it seems to a lot of people. So until we're able to separate these so-called unknown gunmen from IPOB, we are still going to be in a situation where IPOB will only be warning that IPOB wants to carry out an attack. That's what is happening in this case.
Well, Adekunle Yusuf, I'm not sure whether you're trying to fix your microphone, but let's try it, whether it's going to actually pick a sound. Well, IPOB knows, they said they know better, but then we know that IPOB, just like he said, they started all of this insecurity of a thing, and the unknown gunmen are also almost saying the same thing IPOB is agitating. For instance, sit at home, they come out, they destroy the community, they say sit at home, they're implementing sit at home. They also are, clamoring for independent state of Biafra. So who are we to believe?
Who are we to believe? We created this, the Nigerian state. You know how IPOB evolved, and when you mishandled a small crisis, it can blossom to something more, deadly. And that is what we are having now. We are reaping the fruits of poor leadership. IPOB, you remember, there was nothing like this many years ago in Igbo land. So it's a creation, let me say, a response to certain things that people of that region perceived as part of the failures of this current administration. There was nothing like this in Igbo land before this administration. And when it started, the way we attacked it. So you repressed. So people went underground. I'm not making any case for IPOB, but what is happening here is we need to do more before it becomes something worse than Boko Haram. The damage they are doing to Igbo land, the damage they are doing to Nigeria now, it's almost on the same scale with, other terrorist organizations. You get my point? In a society where you can be kidnapped and be beheaded anyhow.
As a matter of fact, the news that we got,
a failed state or a state that is going towards,
Yeah.
You get my point?
Yeah, the recent news that we got was that a lawmaker was actually beheaded, and and saying that if politicians do not, find answer or accede to their clamor, that they will continue to do that. That they will be if they do not withdraw the soldiers from the southeast, then they will continue with their shenanigans.
Then, by our standard, a lawmaker, we have security, operatives around him, and yet this happened. You know how many people have been kidnapped and killed in gruesome, manners like this in the last 1 year? But when you look at it, this is the time the government needs to do everything. We say, okay, how can you have a state? You have a government. Then we have government within government. Because now, you will see a state governor giving directive that, no, you are free, go out. Then you see another government, illegal one, that will say, nobody must go out.
Non-state actors.
And who do the people obey? They will obey the illegal government. And this illegal government, see what is at, what it has become.
Yeah.
You now have the militant wings, you now have, the IPOB that was proscribed by the government of Nigeria. You now have the IPOB that was called on non-government, what do we call them in the media now? So they kill people, they they kidnap, they
Yeah.
do everything.
Yeah.
And yet, in a country that has government,
Yeah.
it's unacceptable.
It's actually unacceptable, just like you said.